right, welcome. So today's shadow work and gratitude call is going to be a little different than the other ones that we've been doing in the past. A lot of the ones we've done in the past have been around the classics like childhood traumas and attachment styles and all the ways that we're damaged from youth and why we're not fixing it and da 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 da. But today's going to be with one of my favorite one of my favorite pillars. They're all my favorite pillars, but this one really, really helped unlock me. I find it to be like the foundation for a lot of things, financial, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And today we're going to be talking about the physical pillar and some ways that maybe whatever shadows they are might be hindering the physical pillar. And then I'm going to do what I do and explain some fun little sciencey things and just how awesome and simple it is to unlock our physical pillar. So it's fun, Rocalia, that you just came from the gym. Right on. Props. Props, Rocalia. Shout out, Rocalia. Okay. So, okay, Eric, thanks. Eric has a little bit of a back alley right now, so he might be a little squirmy. Okay, we're gonna start off with a couple prompts here, couple questions. Do you guys know how to use the reactions thing to do to do to do to do this? You guys know how to do that in Zoom? Everyone know how to do that? Use the little thing to like raise the hand. Everyone do it if you know how to do it. Yeah, thumbs up, exactly. Yeah, cool. Cool. Right on. Woo! Okay, that's fun. Okay. So, show hands. Oh yeah, you got to put them down too. It's a fun thing. There we go. All right. So, show of hands. Raise your reaction hand if you think exercising is good for you. Right on. That looks so fun. I'm so happy about that. All right, put your hands down. Put your hands down. Okay. Next. Lower your hand, innocent Chantel. I'm just kidding. All right, next. Raise your hand if you are capable of exercising. If you are capable of exercising, let's raise that hand. Should I keep calling it that? Hand, your electronic hand, and your real hands, all your hands. All right. It does it? Hold on.
You have to set it up that way.
Oh, okay. That's a cool thing. AI. All right, you can lower your hands. So everyone on here knows it's good for them, and everyone is able to. Now, raise your hand if you exercise every day. Raise your hand. Okay. So, good. We got a lot of people doing it every day today. Looks like Bay's going to be in the hot seat for a second here. So, the question is, for those of you that did not raise your hand for exercising every single day, why don't you? If you know it's good and you're able to. And so we're going to drop it into the chat. The only reason ever why I don't exercise is if I'm injured or sick, which means I wouldn't have been able to answer that second question. I wouldn't be physically able to. So, I mean, seeing as there's just a couple of us here, Bay, you can unmute yourself. And we'll just chat a little bit about it. So,
okay.
Yeah. Yes. So, why don't you exercise every day if you can?
I feel put on the spot.
Yeah. I didn't know that's what was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's usually because I didn't schedule it in or make it a big enough priority over the other things.
Super honest.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. That's good. And Rocalia says time. Yeah. And it's kind of like a good exercise track right now. I've never heard this one. Okay, right on. Yeah. Okay, so cool. A lot more people exercise every day than I was expecting. So props to you guys. That's freaking awesome. I'm going to show you guys a couple facts, some super fun facts. Babe, these ones are going to be for you.
Putting me on the spot,
Man,
man.
you're putting you on the spot. I didn't do any of this. It's not my fault everyone else in here is on it. All right, here we go. Exercise and mental health. So I found this really nifty little graph thing here. Boost happy chemicals. You get more endorphins, more dopamine, more serotonin, improve self-confidence. You get to enjoy the outdoors. That's funny. Prevent cognitive decline. Cognitive decline means neurodegenerative diseases, things like Alzheimer's. Sometimes those run in families. Alleviate anxiety. Everyone on here is pretty high performing, I'd say. And so, so much neuroscience is coming out right now showing like direct correlations. If you exercise every day to the point of it hurting, you will be less anxious throughout your day. It boosts brain power, sharpens memory, increases relaxation, more productive, and reduces stress. Check this one out. Okay, Chantel, right after, well, I see your hand. Thank you. Unless you're just showing. I do exercise. So check this out. Benefits of physical activity. Decreases dementia by up to 30%. All-cause mortality by 30%. Cardiovascular disease, 35%. Can decrease type 2 diabetes by 40%. Colon cancer by 30%. Breast cancer by 20%. Depression by 30%. Hip fractures by 68%. Just from exercising. Chantel, you had a question.
Yeah, you just said to the point of it hurting?
Mm-hmm.
Like sore muscles, you mean? Or you're just like gassing out?
Like when you're exercising and you're like so Muhammad Ali has this quote that he says he starts counting his reps when they start hurting. So he doesn't do 10 sit-ups. He does sit-ups until it hurts and then he does 10. That's what I mean. Where
Okay.
where you're nervous, like, if you're on the freaking stair machine, right? Like you don't count to 2,000 steps. Count 2,000 steps once it starts hurting. These are intense handpan tracks. um yeah, yes, that's what it means by that. Cool. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from this because y'all are really getting after your physical pillar. Okay, back to the hands. All hands on deck. Put your hands up if you think that doing breath work is good for you. Oh, thank you. You knew I made a change. I was just listening to this like chugga 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 chugga, like intense freaking like salsa music. All right, put your hands down. We all think it's good for us. Raise your hands if you're able to do breath work every day. It's gonna be every hand. It's gonna be every hand. If you can breathe, that hand's going up. Yeah, thank you. Okay, put your hands down. This is fun. I like doing this. All right, now raise your hand and or hand if you're doing breath work every day. Yeah, good. Right on. Cool. So, I forgot one thing that I wish I didn't forget about the exercise. Exercising for 10 minutes a day has shown to increase your executive functions. And if you were on our past calls, you know what the executive functions are. They're the part of your brain that makes you a human versus an animal. 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day. Okay. So breath work. Some benefits of doing breath work. And these are huge. Benefits of breath work. Mental and emotional benefits. Again, alleviates anxiety and depression. Teaches you how to respond and cope with distress. Improve sleep, increase focus. Helps with detoxification. Helps you detox, improved recovery, improves athletic performance. And honestly, this is just scratching the surface of what breathwork can actually do. I found this little thing: engaging in daily 5-minute breathwork exercises and mindfulness meditation improves mood and reduces anxiety. Cyclic sighing, a voluntary breathwork exercise that primarily focuses on exhales, showed the greatest benefits compared to other voluntary breathwork techniques. So Huberman talked about this recently, where in 1 minute, 3 of these, there's tons of evidence for this now. It will improve your mood and it will reduce your stress. 1 minute, couple double breaths with a sigh. So the reason that I'm doing all these things today is to show that literally right now where we're at 10 minutes of exercise and 5 minutes of breath work. So Bay and Recalia with time and prioritization, 10 minutes of exercise a day, reduce dementia by 30%. 5 minutes of breath work lowers stress. Nice. Mara made it. Hey, Mara, welcome. Welcome. I was wondering where you were at.
I'm so sorry. I messaged you back. I just finished my Bible study and I'm driving to the
All
gym.
good. It's all
Been a
good.
jam-packed
It's all
day.
good.
I
It's
could
all
not
good.
miss this call, though.
We're super happy to
Can
have
you
you.
hear the panic in my voice?
Yeah, no. We're super happy to have you here.
I miss you guys.
Miss you, Mara. Yeah, miss you, Mara. So we're gonna move on to the final little component of our call, and then we're gonna flow through some things. Brian's gonna end us with a little meditation, which will be good. Don't do it if you're driving. All right, we're gonna talk about the final thing. And I all know that you think this is good, and I all know that you're able to do this, and I all know that you do this daily or you'd be dead. And it's drinking water. Can all agree? It's good. You're able to, and you do it daily. We're going to be talking about hydration. There's some studies now recently that are coming out. Studies, they're not technically studies, I don't know what you call them, where you take data on the masses. A couple of years ago, they found that 70% of Americans are chronically dehydrated, and these recent studies are now intakes of data, surveys are showing that 98% of the population is chronically dehydrated. Chronically, this means all day, every day, all months, all the time, chronically dehydrated. In case you guys didn't know, I found this like super fun. We are like entirely water. Our blood is pretty much water. Our muscles are pretty much water, and our bones are even 22% water. One of the best ways to prevent osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, hydration. Being dehydrated, it can cause you to be fatigued, tired. It can cause you to be bad at solving problems. It can reduce your memory. It can decrease your mental focus. It can cause headaches, and it can make you depressed, angry, agitated. Here's a scale of things to drink. With the bottom being energy drinks, above that being soft drinks, fruit juice, milk, coffee, and other hot drinks, and water, of course, being at the top. Now, the most important piece about hydration right now that I really, really want y'all to know is that it's not just water that hydrates you. In fact, if you drink just water, it will actually dehydrate you. Water without these 5 minerals is not only useless, it's detrimental. Calcium, potassium, sodium, and chloride. If you're on your phone right now, take a screenshot of this. These are the 5 things you super duper mega need if you're also putting water into your body. I have a bias for magnesium. Maybe it's because of Bay. Maybe it's because of the research I did. Who knows? But we're all incredibly deficient in magnesium right now. We all need it. Take magnesium. It'll help you sleep. It'll help your muscles relax. It'll help you recover. It'll help you be better. Something I was debating going into this or not, but the sodium chloride, just so everyone knows, that's salt. Sodium chloride is salt. It's not chlorine and like baking powder. It's salt. Get lots of salt. Sodium chloride is responsible for something that's called intracellular hydration. This means that it helps the cells absorb the water. Magnesium, potassium, and calcium are responsible for something that's called extracellular hydration. There's something that's called the extracellular matrix. It's essentially kind of the like mass that all the cells are kind of floating and flopping around in. We need both of these. I can kind of see Bae moving, and I'm pretty sure she's stoked on what I'm saying right now. Yeah. We need these other three for the water to like be around the cells so that it can actually get absorbed into the cells. And so I was gonna put sleep on here. I probably should have done some things for sleep. Didn't really prepare like fully properly in hindsight now, because those are kind of the four corners of physical pillar. I could have went down diet and stuff, but I really just wanted to bring attention. 10 minutes a day of exercise, 5 minutes of breath work, and drink enough water and get enough minerals. Bae and Racalia every day. Every day. I want y'all around longer. I want those brains intact. Everybody wants it. We love you. There's no reason not to. We all have enough time. We all have 15 minutes. Sleep 15 minutes less, exercise, breathe, and drink enough water. So if anybody has questions, please bring them up. Otherwise, I'm going to pass it over to Brian, and he's going to just guide us through some other through something. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, nice. Thank you. Yeah, Racalia.
What's the best way to get magnesium, potassium, and like all the other things like in your water?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be in the water. You just need to
Oh.
take them. And the best way is from contacting your fantastic friend Bea Miraflores, because she has access to the creme de la creme of these minerals. That's where I get mine from. Brian also has this really cool thing, this like little squirt thing you put into your water. It's called ionic minerals. I'd also maybe recommend looking into those. Those are pretty decent, but I take the you can get trace minerals at a health store. Yeah, exactly. Trace minerals, that's nice. Yeah, people know what they're talking about. Awesome. Yeah, I would contact Bae, especially she'll be back in your neck of the woods in the next couple days. So you can get yourself plugged in to your trace mineral supplement store.
Yeah. I already put the salt in my water, but and I knew about the magnesium, but I wasn't really like, I've seen like magnesium infused water beforehand.
Yep.
And I've never actually had it, but I know it's available. I just never got my hands on it. So
yeah, I don't know about it being necessarily needing to be infused. Like, I like eat a banana, potassium, couple magnesium supplements, cool. Like, and then like I got some heat stroke this past weekend, and so like I had a headache and all these like whack like things going on, and I was literally just like putting salt in my hand and like eating it and drinking with water, and I was just like getting those minerals into my body, and I was cured in like 48 hours pretty much. So just load up those minerals. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? Megan looks like she's typing up a paragraph right now. Yeah, make sure it's good quality salt. Yeah, exactly. Redmond's. Brian's typing Redmond's guarantee right now.
Everything you guys said made so much sense, because like I have like foggy brain this week. I have a headache right now. Like my sleep has been off, and I realized I'm like, have I been drinking enough water? And yeah, I have not. So and I'm really glad you said like have more salt, because I love salt, and I've been told like my family's just like, don't have so much salt, it's bad for you. I'm like, well, you know what? Now I'm gonna go home and just on the salt. So I'm just kidding.
I put so much salt into my body, like a lot of salt, lots of salt, lots of water, lots of magnesium, lots of potassium, and calcium certainly doesn't hurt either. Bae, why don't you just unmute yourself? I know you got something to say right now.
Bye.
Yeah, no, just making sure it's good quality salt. Let's just get really, really clear on that. Like pink Himalayan Edmonds is great. Depends on the quality of pink Himalayan. Celtic sea salt. Just want to be mindful of what kind of salt you're putting in, not table salt.
Oh, I can only afford table salt right now, but you know what? It's fine. I'll make an investment in whatever you just said.
And table salt is
It's
better
worth
than no
it. It's
salt.
worth it. I'll send it to you. Yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna say something real quick. I'm not officially on the call here, but don't take it all at once because the diffusion between cellular membranes and salt is going to cause them to explode if you have too much salt all at once. So
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice
don't
ad.
go home and chug the salt.
Got you. Okay.
Got you.
All right. See, like one extreme or another with me. I need to find that balance.
You just need to like slowly season yourself all day, like nicely seasoned. Cool. Usually yeah, cool, good. So we're all on the same wave here. It's good. Water without minerals is terrible for you. Minerals without water, cells explode, or some crazy shit Logan just said there. So let's pass it on to Brian. Brian, you good? Yeah, let's pass it on. Brian's gonna do something cool.
I'll just make something up. But before I jump in, maybe I'll say a couple of things. I think it's also important that like we're in a time and age where we can define what exercise is for us. So exercise is as anything, in my opinion. You can dance, you can roll around on the ground, really just move your body. So I see a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't know how to exercise. I'm like, you're human. You know how to move your body. So move in any which way that you want. And then actually one thing before I do this meditation, I kind of wanted to have like an open chat if people want to share, like, you know, we're talking about the things that we should do every day. And like, how do you like nurture that relationship, you know, when you haven't worked out or you haven't even eaten bad, and like, what's that process for you if anyone wants to share? Like for me, I know everyone sees me as this like movement guy who's breathing all the time and spiritual, but there's days that like I fuck up and I don't move, or I don't drink as much water, I eat bad food. So, and I have my process. But yeah, what's your process, Megan? Like, how do you keep yourself in loving check?
Well, okay, well, full disclaimer, I fell off from intentionally working out prior to moving to Edmonton because I was, you know, doing 80,000 other things, but I made it. And one good part is the friend that I'm currently temporarily living with has a dog, and he's he's a border collie, very hyperactive. So when we go for a walk, it's not just a little walk, it's a 2-kilometer walk. So anytime she takes her dog for a walk, she always invites me, I go with her. And that's kind of like my checkpoint that like, if I haven't really done much that day, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to come for a walk with you. Like, because I know she takes him out daily. So that's fine. I can always jump in on a walk. And the cool part is my new manager actually likes to go for a walk at 10 in the morning. He likes to go for a walk after we eat lunch, and he likes to go for another walk in the afternoon around 3 o'clock. So I literally walk with this guy 3 times a day while I'm in the office. So I don't skip a beat. And even because right now, like I have to wait another 2 weeks before I get a paycheck. So I'm like living off barely anything right now. So I joined Moda Yoga. It's like $20. You get 1 week unlimited, like as a newbie. So
Nice.
I went to a fusion HIIT class tonight, like Pilates HIIT. And then I'm going tomorrow night. I'm going again on Saturday. And like Sunday, we're doing Mother's Day brunch. So I figure we'll go for a walk at some point that day. But yeah, I tell myself if I haven't moved much that day, I might get out and at least walk for 20 to 30 minutes. Because then you can say you moved and you were breathing while you were walking.
Yes, it's awesome.
So yeah, my body will scream at me if I don't move. So that's my little indicator.
I feel you. Thanks for giving us a window into that relationship and just sharing openly. That's a big part of, you know, these calls. It's just like so we can learn from each other. Yeah, Raquelia.
Recently, I have been doing this thing where I just don't give my time to create excuses. Like I feel like the longer I wait to do something, the more the like excuse comes up. Now when it's like if I have missed a couple days, I'm like, because it's easy to fall off and stay off. Like I'm naturally lazy, so I'm just like it's very
We
easy for me
all
to
are.
just stay off of it. Yeah, exactly. So whenever I fall off, I'm just like, or I have like a day where I have to do something and I make excuses and I know I have time, I just go. I don't give my
Mm.
time to make excuses, but at the end of the day, it's something I do for me. I'm not doing it for like anybody else, anyone else's approval. It's really just for me and make myself healthy. Like I have a lot of like genetic ailments that run in my family that could easily be solved by working out and eating healthier. And like that's reason enough. But ultimately I just don't give it. It's like feeding a fire. Like, what's the best way to snuff it out? Don't give it any oxygen to breathe. Just get rid of it. Don't do it. Just go. Go. That's all I do.
I really like that. Reminds me of the 5 second rule, but not like the drop the food on the ground, but like you count down for 5 seconds. So whatever it is that you want to do, and you just do it. It's like Mel something, whatever her name is.
Mel,
But
Mel Robbins.
yeah. She was like, that like actually helped me a bunch. So this whole concept that you're talking about, Ricky, just like when you feel that resistance, like, no, I'm doing it now. It's so powerful. It literally can changes your whole life, change my life. But then when it slips in again, like I've definitely been in the high rise where I'm like, yeah, I have no excuses, I'm doing it. And then you just slip a little bit and it starts to slip.
I don't beat myself up. I just don't, because like that criticism in my head will keep me like in my bed, like and eating cookies. Like,
yeah,
don't give me cookies. It's like my kryptonite. It's like the one thing I'll like contemplate like betraying everything for. But anyways, I digress. My point is just like I just don't give myself time to like beat myself up about it. Things happen. What am I gonna do, right? I think
really
I've
like
done
that.
this enough, so I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Reminds me of oh yeah, what was I gonna say? It just reminds me of this approach too, like when we make mistakes, instead of going into the shame game, we just say, okay, well, I'm just gonna do better next time. I'm gonna keep trying to do better next time. And with that, I think that we can never really fail. Failure is just giving up. But thank you everyone for sharing. Unless anyone else wants to chime in on this little mastermind that we're having.
I do.
Oh, Matthew, yes.
Yeah, I actually do. So yeah, I've had like an on-off relationship with exercise and fitness pretty much my whole life until the past 3 years. And I've also sustained tons of injuries in my life. And it's been one of the biggest blessings because for me, this is like my personal experience and something that I like really, I guess, like to promote and remind people of is it's like, if you're able to and you don't, when you're not able to, the only thing you wish you could do is that. And you'll look back at your able-bodied self and you'll say, idiot, you didn't when you could, and now you can't, and it's gonna get worse. And I do it every time. Every single time I get sick, I'm like, oh, I just want to be fit before I'd be like exercising, and then I'd stop exercising for a couple months, and then I'd get an injury, and I'd be like, oh, I just want to exercise. That's all that I want to do now. And so, like, really, you guys are all able-bodied. Use it or lose it. And when you lose it, it's going to be a big emotional owie. And it's like, I really like to bring that forward to people because it's like, it's emotionally taxing to look back at your able-bodied self not doing something that it could. I'm just kind of passionate about that, I guess. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Yeah, Bay.
It's actually Logan this time.
Yeah, Logan.
I'm like so on the fucking ball with this one. I ended up tearing my hamstring today, so I'm like feeling the like, oh, I'm just coming back to my career in performing. I was like starting to get like the itch again. I'm like, oh, I could make this happen. I'm not too old. Let's fucking go. Boy fucking tears a hamstring. So it's like even then, my mind is still setting itself up to be like, I'm gonna train every day. I'm gonna do rehab. I'm gonna get on top of this rather than like sulk in the bullshit. So just a thought for all of you guys who are having difficulty with like, oh, I don't have enough time or I don't want to. The only thing I wish I could do is fucking be on stage. So I might as well just train every day anyway.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you, Logan. Sending you love. Sending you so much love, brother. Sending love to your inner thighs. All right, you're up, Brian.
Alrighty, can I do music? Yeah, I'm gonna do music. I'm gonna send you all into a little meditation portal, and you can decide how deep you want to go. If you've worked with me before, you kind of know how that works with me. And if you haven't, then you're in for a nice, juicy surprise. Okay, let's do some music. So I invite you to just kind of get comfortable. And if it's hard for you to be comfortable, then just do your best. And I'm gonna be very vulnerable and let you guys know I'm gonna make this up, but I usually do. But it'll still be really, really nice. I'm just gonna kind of tune into you guys' energy, offer what I think is needed, and I'm sure you'll all get exactly what is appropriate for you. We will use a little bit of breathing, helps us to go deeper into the body and get a little bit out of the beta brainwave state, which we're probably a little bit in right now. So let's start with some conscious connected breathing again. So you can just start on your own here, taking a nice deep breath in, relax, exhale. Just like before, deep breaths in, relaxing out. Deep breaths in and relaxing. Accentuating the exhale a bit. And as you breathe, just imagining that you're able to open yourself up to the sensation, the feeling. Imagine that there are actual gates inside of you, gates and walls of protection, the walls and gates that we put up in order to protect ourselves from the world and from culture and society, the masks that we wear in order to fit in. And as you continue to breathe, I invite you to just imagine that the breath is like a gentle key, opening the lock. Or perhaps a gentle hand removing the armor. With every breath, it just becomes more apparent inside your body that letting go is a little bit easier now. That it really feels good to just surrender into what is. And see if you can just invite that in your own way, trusting that your body has a natural capacity to do this. Every breath in, there is an opening. Every breath out, there is a releasing. Every breath in, there is a birthing, a creation. And every breath out, there is a dying and a surrendering to yourself. And just allow yourself to kind of get lost in that your breath can be a microcosm of life itself. This bringing it in and letting it die, bringing it in and letting it go. And then with every cycle of breath, allowing yourself to open up those gates, remove the armor, tear down the walls, for the sole purpose of you just connecting to a deeper part, a truer part within yourself. Really nice breathing, everyone. Keep that going for a little bit more here. Just using the breath to shift our brainwave state, to shift our vibration, our physiology. Allow yourself to just remain present during this process, knowing that you're really making these changes happen with purpose, with intention. Any resistances of the mind, just let them go. Because when we breathe in this way, the body starts to shut off the active monkey mind. Beautiful. Final few breaths here. Maybe making them a bit deeper and bolder if that feels good. Staying present with your breath. Any distractions come up, just come back to the breathing. And then I invite you to finish your next breath. Exhale out, let it go. And then take a nice deep breath in all the way up. Exhale, relax. Hold your breath after this exhale. Gonna invite you to hold your breath a little longer this time. Of course, you can breathe anytime that you want. But as you hold your breath, as you take this pause in life, I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I truly want in life? And how will I know when I have it? It might just be a feeling. Maybe an image comes up. Can you give yourself permission to go beyond the confines of what culture has taught you and really feel and dream big into what you want? Reclaiming your divine sovereignty, which really means your infinite potential as a human. Truth is in stillness, and clarity is birthed from this place. Drink from its well in this moment. And then I invite you to join me, taking a nice deep breath in all the way up. Hold the breath and focus your awareness on that feeling. Imagine you are planting a seed with this breath hold inside of yourself to remember. Feeling your whole body come alive for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale. And then just be still for a moment again. I'll guide you through a gentle process here to see if we can peel back some more layers. I invite you to just for a moment see if you can let go of the ideas that you have in your mind of what you need to do in order to be successful. The pressure that you may feel in your body to become what you wish to become. And if it's hard for you to do that, listen to my voice. You have permission. You can let it go for a moment. Notice what it feels like to just let that go, that pressure, that need. It will always be there, but you can just let it go for a moment. Imagine like a comfortable pair of shoes that you are very familiar with and you know very well. You just take them off, put them at the doorstep, trusting that you can put them back on after this exercise. And let's go a layer deeper and just let go of maybe some of the pain or the shame or guilt you might be holding. Could be recent, could be from the past, relationships, jobs. And if you just let that go for a moment too. We've all been hurt and we've all hurt people. But again, you have permission to just let it go for a moment. And then with a bit more space now, ask again, what is it that I really want in this life? What really matters to me? Really deep down there, like what is it that you want? And again, it might just be a feeling, it might just be a sensation. Sometimes the answer isn't even clear, and that's okay too. Whatever it is that you want to create in this life, I invite you now to, for a moment, give yourself permission or declare to yourself that I will move forward with grace and compassion. That I'll strive towards creating this relentlessly, and still, whatever the outcome is, I'll enjoy it. That every day that I wake up and I breathe, I am completing my mission. I'm here doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm writing my story. If you choose to believe that, if you bring it into your heart, I promise you that every day will be a wondrous miracle. But it is your choice. It's not a choice that you make just now and it lasts forever. It's a choice you make every single day, every single breath, every single moment. And that's your choice as a divine being. So take a moment here just to rest in that choice, in that feeling that you've created in your body. Yes, you created this. Just rest in it for a moment, like a blanket or like your mother's arms or something comfortable that it's just easy to lean into. Maybe sensation of arriving back home starts to come about in the body. It is cliche, but it is true that the answers are inside. So take this moment just as a little remembering practice that you have what you need inside. This is what that means. This is the type of work that the mystics talk about, of finding the truth within inside. And you're all doing it. So I invite you now to take a nice deep breath in to bring a bit more awareness to your physical body. Move your fingers, your toes gently, keep your eyes closed. Thank yourself for your willingness to show up here, to be seen, to share, to co-create. And setting an intention that when you open your eyes, you're opening your eyes to a really powerful life, a fresh body, open mind, a whole new world of possibilities for you, just through a shift in perspective. And then when you feel ready, you can open those big, beautiful eyes. Take a look at this world that is fortunate to have you in it. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you listening, receiving. I hope that served you well. Looks like it served Logan and Faye pretty well. There's something else going on. We have like a minute or so if anyone wants to share. It is nice to share if that was something came up for you.
I mean, I had this like crazy psychedelic like grid pattern going on, and then like all these like shapes, and it was like, I don't know, it was like awesome. It's like the Matrix, like really, really cool. What was happening inside my head at the end of that? Yeah. This happened for me. Yeah. And it's like you only take me to those places when you like peel back these like bullshit layers that I have. You're like, oh, layer 1, layer 2, and then it's like, oh, magic. So yeah, thank you, Brian.
Oh, I wanted to share earlier, but I knew it wasn't the right time. When you took us in the breath work in the beginning and you had us inhale from our root to our crown and like shine the light, all of a sudden a little boy appeared in front of me. He was on a bike. And I asked him, I was like, do you need help? He said, no. I was like, do you need like to show me something, say something? And he just handed me a lunchbox. No idea what that means. Could be for someone, could be for someone else around here in this new neighborhood I'm in. I have no idea. But wanted to share that in case anyone needed to hear it.
Thank you, Megan. I'd like to chat with you more about your
No
gifts.
problem.
I find it fascinating, and
Sure.
I'm sure we could reveal
Yeah,
things to
it
each
always random things come through during breath work and meditation.
That's so interesting. I love it. Thank you for sharing openly and not being afraid. awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. That's the end of our call. I have another thing I have to do today, so I'm gonna have to hard stop it. Love y'all. Ines, thank you so much for making it. Shout out Ines, first time on. Come back more. We love you. And
Thank
Good to be here.
Logan, shout out
Love
Logan, first time on. We
y'all.
love you. I want to see you more, brother. All right. Bye,
Shout
Eric.
out to you too.
Thank you,
Chris
brother.
Lilting, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, Megan.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Chantal. Bye, Mara. Bye, Ricky. Bye, everyone.
Ciao.